Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 best races of F1 2025. I know the races weren't too good, so I'm picking out the stories as well. Basically, whatever happened. Yeah, we did a worst video a couple of days ago, so yeah, now it's time for the best video, basically. And yeah, let's start with number 10 being the worst, well, the best of the best, well, the worst of the best, and number 1 being like the best race of the season, in my opinion. Number 10, I have Hungary. Of course, this is when we had the battle between Lando and Oscar. Went to the very last lap. Oscar couldn't do it. This is when Lando, in the second, well, was this the second half? No, I think this went into the second half. I think Danforth started the second half, but yeah, basically showed Lando's basically back in this. He got his redemption from last year, Hungary. We all know what happened there. But yeah, it was a solid race. Max was coming back to the pack, I remember. So yeah, it was actually pretty solid. Number 9, I'm going for Baku, Azerbaijan. I know this is number 9, but mostly just because quality was crazy, not the race. The race was pretty good as well, but qualifying was mainly the craziness was, and it's on here because it was a midfield heavy race, and I like, when the midfield gets chances to fight for heavy positions. Of course, Sainz got his Williams' first podium in a long time. So it was very fitting. I think it was a good race at Baku with a nice return to form because, well, I know last year, but for a while we didn't have Baku be very, very good. We didn't have the Baku drama that we normally have in a while. But yeah, number 8, Las Vegas. Of course, this is where Max dominated. Basically, came back into the championship fight swinging. Lando bottled turn 1, and then McLaren got DSQ'd. And other than that, I remember also Antonelli had that brilliant drive from what was it, P17 to P3 in the end because of penalties. What else happened? How am I forgetting already? Oh yeah, Saints had another good race that time out. Yeah. Anyways, number 7, Bahrain. Bahrain was a pretty decent one. They normally put Bahrain for first race of the season. You don't really remember too much, but Bahrain was actually pretty good. Of course, we had that battle between Norris and Russell at the end. Yeah, Russell just being able to hold on with that alien car. Well, I actually remember that race pretty well. It was a very good race. Anyways, number 6, we are going to COTA. I think COTA was the 6th best race. Not the sprint. The sprint doesn't count. We did have a lot of drama with both McLarens in the sprint, but that technically doesn't count. But yeah, the race was solid. Max, of course, dominated. Leclerc got a podium. Ferrari is probably best race of the season. And yeah, that defense between Leclerc and Norris, that was very entertaining to watch. And yeah, it was just pretty good race from COTA. Number 5, Canada. I don't know Canada's this low, but it didn't have any rain in the effect this year. Russell just kind of dominated the race. Antonelli did get his first podium though. Corvette both McLarens collide, which brings it up here. Honestly, that collision still, that was so shocking. Everybody knew it was going to happen eventually, but for it to actually happen in front of your eyes, over 4th place, it just blew everyone's minds. And yeah, Canada makes the top 5. I can't remember what it was last year. I think last year it was probably top 3 maybe, I think, on the list. But yeah, was the first dry Canadian, actually 2023 was dry. What am I talking about? Oh boy. Anyways, number 4, Austria. Austria, of course, we had the fight with Lando and Piastri. We had McVin taken out at turn 4 by Antonelli. So it was a pretty good race. Drama filled. It was good battles. Basic Austrian Grand Prix. Good battles, drama. And yeah, Austria was just awesome. Austria is one of those tracks. I remember, I think Matt and Tommy said it at one time, and I stick with it. Austria is actually one of those few tracks that Like, I feel like you always see a battle for the lead at some point, which just doesn't happen on most other tracks. I feel Austria, you just all. When's the last time someone actually like dominated Austria? Okay, I know Max did it in 2023, but other than that, like no one really dominates Austria. There's always like, some kind of battle for the lead or whatever. Anyways, number 3, I am going to put Great Britain. Very close between these three. Just saying. Um, yeah, very close between these three. I still think Silverstone was still a good race. Like Silverstone's always a good race. But yeah, Lando winning in front of his home fans was good. And yeah, we had a lot of craziness. Basically it. And yeah, that was one of those races that it's good when it felt like it lasted like forever. And yeah, it's a race that I'll always remember. Surely, we have Max spinning, of course, Oscar, ball on that, basically. Anyways, on to number 2, Brazil. I know Brazil's not number 1 on the list because it didn't rain, and it wasn't that chaotic. Yes, we had Piastri and Antonelli basically taking out Leclerc. We had Max driving from the pit lane, but Brazil's just always a good track. I feel it's just always going to be in the top 3 every year because it's Brazil. Like, come on, it's Brazil. It has to be in the top 3. But yeah, I don't know a lot of people, but yeah, it was basic Brazil. Very good, very peak cinema. And yeah, really enjoyed this Brazilian Grand Prix. Very memorable for me personally. And yeah. And now, number 1, the best race of 2025. Okay, and that's maybe a little cheap. It's the first race. It's Australia. I still don't think any race. I don't know, just shows that half of the races in 2025 that the best race is the first race. Because, the first race was just crazy, man. I just think nothing could come close to it. It just set the standards so high. It was crazy. We had Hadjar out on the first lap. Basically, half the rookies out on lap 1. We had Antonelli getting P4 in his first race. We had, freaking, Ferrari's disaster class. We had Max being under pressure. We had Lando winning. Piastri's fumble. So much happened. I just think nothing can come close to Australia 2025. And by the way, I'll be serious, but I don't think you think it even rains in Australia that much. I don't remember Australian Grand Prix where it actually rained. But it's just crazy. But yeah, that's my favorite race of 2025. Those are my favorite, top 10 favorites. Yeah, what were your top 10? If it was different, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I will see you guys later.